Good morning, everyone. This is Joe Andrulis, Vice President of Marketing at AMX, coming to you from Las Vegas at InfoComm 2014. Wow, what a show this year. It's actually the beginning of day 3. We normally do our booth tour at the beginning of the show, but the crowds have been so overwhelming, it's just now quiet enough when we've been able to complete this tour. So this is for all you viewers at home who are unable to make it to the show, although given the amazing traffic we've had this year, it may only be a few of you. We've had some great news this year, so in addition to the normal slate of wonderful new product introductions, we also had the exciting news that the acquisition of AMX by Harman International has been completed. So now you'll see we are a family member of the legendary brands that make up Harman Professional. So very, very exciting news. You also may have noticed that we had a kind of a compelling lead-in campaign this year called Join the Cause. And this was all about using this provocative propaganda-style poster, revolutionary-style idea. Well, what is the cause that we're inviting everybody to join? It's the idea of bringing AV to everybody. Traditionally, AV has been restricted to just those premium spaces that could afford expensive AV systems to provide the collaboration capabilities necessary to support today's communications. But you know what? Even users in small spaces need that kind of power. But the solutions available on the market today were just too big, too costly to be a good fit for those spaces. So at AMX this year, we've introduced a slate of products specifically designed to meet the cost and performance requirements for those small spaces. Let me give you a quick look. So one of the key product introductions we made last year was our Enzo collaboration platform. And this was our beginning of products designed to provide all the capabilities of a high-end conference space, but yet at a price point and an installation simplicity appropriate for a small huddle space. You can see the Enzo, small little device, easily implemented by just 2 cables, and it allows easy to bring up documents very, very simply and to share those documents in this space. But we've made 2 important new enhancements this year to Enzo. One is wireless screen mirroring, so now content brought in on all your portable devices can just as easily be shared as if you brought it on a USB stick. And web conferencing. Support for Skype and Link are both inherent in Enzo, so now you can bring participants in outside of the room to share in the collaboration experience. Enzo now is a full collaboration platform. It's going to be available in July at a price point under $2,000. To contribute to the successful web conferencing experience, we've also introduced Sereno, a new web conferencing and camera specifically designed for the requirements of a small collaboration space, including ultra-wide angle field of view, enhanced security features, and dual beamforming mics to isolate the speakers and eliminate side conversations and other ambient noise. Great solution for the small space. Let's move on. Another small space type that we're seeing increasingly, especially in the education forum, are these small collaboration centers, often found in flipped classrooms, where a classroom might have a number of different work groups, each of whom is collaborating with one another, but they also want to share that content with the professor up at the front of the screen, and so be able to promote that video display up to a monitor that sits at the front of the auditorium. So you need a switching capability here so that the folks here can go share the content and view it locally and yet still promote it up to the front. And for that purpose, we've introduced an entire new line of digital media switchers, the Solstice line. This is a utility line of switchers with basic capabilities designed just to meet the requirements of a small huddle space. We've introduced 3 models, each with a different input-output configuration. We have a 5x1, which includes 3 HDMI and 2 VGA inputs, and a 4x1 HDMI switcher and an 8x1 HDMI switcher. They include actual 2 outputs that are mirrored. One is a local HDMI output so that the work group can view content at their display or their work group station, and a distance transport output that uses DX-Link to transport the content up to the front of the room. It's also been priced to match the requirements of the space, designed to mount directly under a table, fanless design so it doesn't add extra noise. It's intended to work just in these space types. Of course, as this move to utilizing small huddle spaces has increased, the need to ensure that those spaces are scheduled properly so that people are not stepping on each other's meeting is also growing. AMX, over the last several years, has introduced a full line of scheduling capability that provides viewing of the schedule or grabbing a particular room and scheduling it ad hoc just outside that wall space. That is all implemented through plugins that reside in our remote management system, RMS. RMS provides support for all the major scheduling systems, including Lotus Notes, Microsoft Exchange, and Google Calendar. New this year is support for Office 365 and Exchange 2013. We've also introduced a web interface, or an API, that allows RMS to be connected to any scheduling system that you may have developed, a niche one for your vertical, or one that your client may have implemented in-house. Now we're going to take a small diversion away from all of our small space products to talk about controllers. For over a decade, the NI series of integrated controllers have defined the standard for performance and flexibility in AV control systems. New this year is the NX series of controllers. The NX series is a complete replacement for the NI series. It's fully code compatible, allowing easy transition to the new NX controllers, but provides dramatically enhanced performance and memory to host larger, more complex applications. They also include a host of new features designed to support the needs of an increasingly IT-centric AV environment, including support for IPv4 and IPv6 individually or simultaneously, security implemented by 802.1x, and a dual NIC capability which can isolate the AV components behind a private network, ensuring increased security and simpler management. Now in a small space you may also need control capabilities, but the power of the NX series may be more than you need or more than you can afford. What can we do for you there? Well, we're pleased to be introducing the new Masio line of control pads. Masio control pads combine both a controller and a user interface in one small package at a very, very affordable price. Within the Masio keypad is actually the same hardware that is found in the NX series, so it fully has the power to easily support the requirements of a small to medium-sized conference room, and yet it's at a price point and a form factor that fits those spaces very, very well. Now, of course, a control system's only as effective as your ability to program it cost-effectively, and for that we're proud to say that our award-winning and industry-leading configuration tool, Rapid Project Maker, fully supports the full line of products that I've shown you today. So with today's introductions, not only do we support our traditional spaces extraordinarily effectively, we provide unprecedented support for the small spaces in your organization.